Hi, this is Sean Keith. I'm with Keith Law Group, and today I want to talk to you for a few minutes about 5 negotiation strategies that insurance adjusters use in handling or evaluating a claim. And so whenever you meet with your attorney, you give them authority to go out and try to settle your case, the next thing that happens is they send a demand to the insurance company. The number one strategy is delay, deny, defend. The longer they can delay the negotiation, the longer they can delay you getting paid, the longer it takes, the more frustrated you can get if you allow yourself. Delaying reduces leverage because people get frustrated, they throw up their hands, and they concede. So, number one, be patient. It's going to take some time for your attorney to do it, and you got to allow them to go through the process. There is a process by these adjusters that are taught. And so one of the things we can't do is get impatient. 2, they're going to deny liability. They say it wasn't our fault. Or they're going to say, they weren't really injured. Or we don't consider PTSD. And then they're going to defend any defense they have, just vigorously, just make it the most important part of the case. Second strategy most often used is a lowball first offer. It sets a low anchor for the negotiation. It tests our willingness to push back, and it allows them to find out who's either inexperienced or who's desperate. That's how they get a lot of cases settled with people who don't have attorneys. The third strategy is they just minimize the injury, they minimize the recovery time. They question the severity of your injuries, they emphasize, they were fully recovered, or these were just minor soft tissue injuries. That's part of their playbook. Number 4, they dispute causation. Many of my clients, if they're older, have some injuries that occurred years before or have had conditions which come up as you get older, and they try to poke holes between the wreck and the injuries that my clients are complaining about by saying, they already had a bad back. They already had a bad shoulder. They had shoulder surgery 10 years ago. And if that's mentioned in the medical records, they're going to jump on it. And finally, the 5th, and really one of the more common, is they do what's called medical bill scrubbing. You'll submit bills, let's say they're for $10,000, that's what the bills are. And they'll say, we know you didn't pay $10,000, you had health insurance, or that's not a common or typical price. They'll use Medicaid pricing or Medicare pricing, which a lot of doctors won't even take those 2 plans. And they'll just automatically reduce your medical bills from $10,000 to $2,500. It's frustrating, it's difficult, but that's what they do. How do you combat this? Well, number 1, as I said, stay patient, because your biggest leverage is, I'm going to file a lawsuit and follow through and file a lawsuit. It does delay the recovery, but if you're not willing to file a lawsuit, your lawyer doesn't have as much leverage. Sometimes as lawyers, I will tell you, this is not a case to be filing a lawsuit on. It's a smaller case. If there are things in your background, if I can tell that you're just not going to be patient enough to go through the process, I'll flat out tell you this is not the case. But typically, we will file lawsuits for all of our clients if we need to. And that is the most leverage you have. They understand that we'll file, they understand our law firm will litigate, and that we'll take a chance. Because remember, at the end of the day, if you seem desperate or unwilling to fight them, they're going to use that to their advantage. So there are 5 tips on negotiation strategies that insurance adjusters use. I hope you found this helpful. My name is Sean Keith. I'm with Keith Law Group. If you have any questions about a collision or any other matters in which you're injured, please don't hesitate to contact me.